A new study that tracks electric car drivers, not just in America, but actually in many countries around the world, and looked at more than 13,000 electric car owners, showed that when you buy an EV, you almost never go back to anything else. I've been saying this for a while. Once you've driven one, you kind of go, hang on a minute, driving a gasoline, petrol-powered, diesel-powered car actually kind of sucks. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. I want to say a big thank you to all of you for supporting the channel. And guys, many of you have been asking me, which electric car I personally recommend, which is my current favorite EV. And I've done some different EV comparisons. There was a video I did a few days ago about 68 new electric cars coming to Australia. At the end of that video, I mentioned of that list of that 68 EVs, my 5 favorite. So watch that video, you can see my favorite EVs, but my personal EV that I have right now is the XPeng G6. Now, would I change that? The answer is no, I wouldn't change that. It's actually a really, really good car. There is 2 other cars I'm really intrigued by. That's the new Tesla Model Y Juniper and the Zeekr 7X. As you guys know, I also love the Zeekr 001, but you can't buy those outside. Well, you can buy them in Europe and China, but not in Australia. So, what are the details here? The deets here are this. When you buy an electric car, you almost never buy anything else. There's been some wacky bullshit surveys that have been, the media in the US in particular have created, I think fabricated, saying that 50% of EV drivers want to buy something else. This stuff, I believe, has been debunked. Global EV Alliance reported that over 90% of EV drivers plan to buy another electric car. Only 1% said that they would return to an internal combustion engine vehicle. Now, I should point out, this was 23,000 electric car owners across 18 different countries. That includes the United States, Canada, France, India, Brazil, blah, 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 23,000 electric car owners. This is the biggest study done on this. This is not asking 100 people in the backwoods what their opinion is, because you know what answer they're going to give you, don't they? This is 23,000 people across numerous countries. So this is the biggest study we've seen on this issue. I should mention though, while only 1% want to go back to ICE, who knows what crappy, maybe they bought a Nissan Leaf, right? Maybe they bought something that wasn't very good. That's most likely. But I should mention as well that 4% say that they will probably buy a plug-in hybrid for their next vehicle. Maybe those people are, I don't know, for some reason need that option. So fair enough. It does mean though that from what I can see, 95% of people who have an EV plan on buying another one for their next car. According to the survey, around 95% plan to buy another EV, only 1% want to buy a gas car, 4% want to buy a plug-in hybrid. Why are people continuing to buy EVs? Well, they gave some different reasons. Apparently, the biggest reason for another EV is operating costs are so low. 45% mentioned operating costs as being a big factor. Other reasons include climate friendly, 40%. That might not necessarily mean saving the planet, but it could mean things like not breathing in toxic exhaust fumes, which cause cancer. So more and more people are becoming aware of that, and they don't really want to be around that stuff and contribute to that. Why would you? They say better for the local environment, 32%, good drivability, 21%, lower maintenance costs, 18%. So those percentage numbers are just reasons that people are saying, basically the surveys are saying, well, why do you want to buy another EV? What's the reasons? And 21% are saying because the drivability is really good. I'm surprised. I would have thought that 100% would say that, but they might have only been able to pick a couple of answers. That's possibly why. I honestly think, like I mentioned before, if you drive an EV, and it includes if you're not an EV owner, you're unlikely to want anything else. I know quite a few people who have performance cars or had performance cars that were gasoline powered, petrol powered. They got in and drove a performance EV, particularly like a Tesla Model 3 performance. That's a pretty popular one that seemed to attract people, but there are others as well. And then they're like, holy shit, this kills my freaking V8 bogan vehicle. My V8 powered vehicle, it's so much faster, it's quieter, it's just much better. And that's a very common way that people buy an EV. They don't watch this, a lot of people, they might watch a YouTube channel, listen to what people say, listen to what I say, but that might not cause them to make a decision in many cases. I think they need to go and test drive it. When they do that, they're often really blown away. So as I mentioned yesterday in a video, EV battery prices have fallen, battery cell prices have fallen by 51% over the past 12 months. Battery pack prices, though, at the pack level have fallen by closer to 20 to 25%. But that still means EVs are getting cheaper, range of EVs is getting longer, and therefore electric car prices will continue to go down as battery pack prices continue to fall. EV research firm Rowmotion said that there was 1.7 million EVs sold in October alone. This year, around 12 million EVs will be sold in China, which is insane. That's an increase of 50% versus the previous year. EV sales in the US are sitting at around 9% market share, but I think considering the huge number of electric cars models coming to the US market, same thing with Australia, we've got 68 new models coming to Australia next year. Considering all the new models coming and the fact that prices keep getting better, range keeps getting bigger, and you guys in the US, you're installing thousands of DC fast chargers, thousands of chargers being installed everywhere. So more and more of that's happening, and this will contribute to what I believe will be the tipping point in 2027 in most countries worldwide. Now, China's already hit the tipping point. They're already above 50%. The only question is, how long does it take everyone else to catch up? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I regularly see a lot of people on videos, this channel and other channels, saying that they just want a cheap EV. When they can get a cheap EV, they'll buy one for sure. But here's the thing, guys. The cheapest car in America, it's a Nissan, and it's about to be cancelled. You've only got about 6 months to buy one of these because they'll no longer be produced after that date. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Phenomenal to see you, my friends. Now, I don't know about this, guys, but when I see comments under articles, I think very frequently, in fact, more often than not, they are the vocal minority. And we read them and think, oh, this is what everyone thinks, but generally not the case. I'm not personally convinced that these so-called budget EVs coming to the United States will make a big difference. I honestly think it's the segments that most people are buying. SUVs, mid-size, small size, large size, pickup trucks. That's what they need more of.